Alright, Relic Bunch, we are back. It's still raining, so as promised, this is going to be a metal detecting finds video from the treasure box. All the cool stuff we found with our metal detector. We're going to do the same thing as last time. We'll pick 10 things at random. This is what we've already gone through the last time. Kind of separated it off to the side so we didn't go over the same thing again. So we ended the last video when we were outside in the rain, metal detecting, and we found what we thought was a coin. So if you watch that video, you see that. And that's what that is, cleaned up. It's actually not a coin. Get it to focus for us. Frank L. Gay, bookseller and stationery, 140 Westminster, Providence, Rhode Island. And on the back of it, I believe it says good for 1 cent. Not good for 1 cent. I believe those are Civil War hardtime tokens. So that's what we found. We're not going to include this in the 10 metal detecting finds though. That already came from another video. I just wanted to show you guys it. Let's grab something random out of here. What's this? Not sure. Skip it. How about this one? Alright. This buckle we found an old cellar hole. We use Historic Mapworks to find a lot of old home sites, and then we'll go on Google Maps and just kind of check out what's there now. A lot of times it's still woods, or sometimes it's somebody else's house, but it's in a different location, or it's still right there. Let's see here. It's another piece of a suspender clasp or a button or something. Patented March the 7th, 1871. Alright, so that's 2 of them. It's some sort of livestock strap. This is actually the leather. The leather remained on it. I found this as well as these right here, still attached to the leather. This must have been for like a strap or some sort of like horse thing. I'm not really too sure. So if any of you guys know in the comments, just leave them down there at the bottom. Let's try something on this side. There we are. Trying to get it to focus for you guys. This is one of my favorite finds. I'm not going to tell you where I found it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, so one of the oldest sites we've dug, we can track back to like mid-1600s. We found a lot of cool stuff, and this actually came out of the ground with one of the finds. And I'm almost sure some sort of like broken spear or some sort of arrowhead, maybe that the Native Americans used. I wasn't able to find it with the metal detector. Just kind of came on the ground with one of the finds. We'll switch it over here now, and we will get the wedding ring. So I guess back in the day they used to just use regular copper or brass or whatever for wedding rings before they started utilizing precious metals like gold and silver and stuff like that. So common folk like ourselves, we just sealed the deal with some brass or some copper. Let's see here. Alright, here's another one. In the last finds video, the last time it was raining, we went over our treasure box, and you guys got to see the Hibernias in the 1700s, which are Irish. And this, I believe, is some sort of token or something. Let's see if we can get it to zoom in. This is some sort of token. You guys make out that 4-leaf clover on there? This came from the same site as the Hibernia, which is Irish, so that was kind of cool to tie it together. It's my little lucky token right there. So much stuff in here, I don't even know what to get. Let's dig down. Oh, it's an Indian. This 1865. We dug in. I don't remember. Actually, yes, I do. We have a lot of bike paths around here, and all like the bike paths were at one point railroads. So we kind of just walk up and down the bike paths and go exploring. And a lot of times, if you just look off maybe 30, 40 yards into the woods, off the bike paths that were train tracks, you're going to find some old home sites. As a matter of fact, I'll actually do some digging here. Speaking of the railroad tracks and the digging, this is a New York and New England bale seal from the railroads from 1886, and this one is New York and New Hampshire something and H Railroad. That's another bale seal or a token or something like that. It's got a 1022 on the back of it. That one's just blank. But those came right off of the sides of the right off the sides of the railroad tracks that they converted into the bike paths. I believe the bike path now, it goes from like Maine all the way down to Florida or something like that. Because we've walked it from Rhode Island to Connecticut a few times. There's a spot down in Coventry before you get to Connecticut where they did a lot of mining for iron. And they used the iron for cannons, anchors, sorry, in the Revolutionary War. It's another common find that I get. A lot of these little balls. Hunters or, whatever. Let's see what other metal detecting finds we got in here. I don't want to like dig through them and search and cherry pick stuff, so I'm just kind of actually I will. I'll dig just one more just because we're talking about the railroad tracks and metal detecting. There's one more that I found. New York and New England, 1820. Alright. I know everybody's looking at that one. It's not actually gold. This came from a bottle dump, or privy, or, trash pit, basically. I'm not sure what it is. It's so pretty, though. It's maybe like some sort of brooch, or something like that. Looks like it would just kind of hang onto a shirt or something. A woman's, maybe a pocket, or... I'm pretty sure it's like gold plated. I don't believe it's that old, maybe late 1800s. early 1900s. Not nearly as old as some of these metal detecting finds. Let's see. Kind of just dig around a little bit. Let's see. Not one of our finds. Must have just got thrown in there. Take that out of there for sure. Let's go this one. Silver. I believe this little piece of silver here actually was for like a woman's comb or a brush or something. Maybe just like some sort of ornate decoration for it. The only reason I say that is because I found a couple of bristles from I thought it was a brush next to it. I thought maybe it broke or something like that. I'm not really too sure, to be honest. It's not really any way to identify it unless anybody knows. It's got some really pretty details on it though. It's got some flowers, and at first I thought it was like a fan or something like that, but it looks like it has a little clasp or something that it would attach to there, which made me think could have possibly clipped onto a hairbrush. That's just a part of it. Alright, what other metal detecting finds? Thimbles. Big thimbles, small thimbles, short thimbles, squish thimbles. Let's go over those as the muskets roll away. We found these basically all in the same location. This one is tiny. I'm not that big of a guy. It barely fits on my finger, on my pinky, my finger, yeah. Barely fits on my finger! This one barely fits on my pinky, so it was definitely for a child. They started teaching them early, back in the day. Kids were pretty much self-sufficient by the time they were an adult. They could sew, cook, clean, hunt, gather. Basically anything you needed to do. It was a rough way of life back then. Let's see here. That one. Another one of my favorite finds. Just something about this button just does it for me. Read the back of it together, if I can. Let's turn around here. I should have called my wife to help me with this video. I can't see anything. Suns. I see the word suns. Upside down. Alright. Now we're cooking. Something suns. We're gonna have to ask my wife about this one. Maybe I'll leave it down in the comments what this says. You guys might have better eyes than I do. Maybe you can make it out and put it in the comments before the wife gets home. What else here? Let's do this one. What's this? Alright. U.S. Specialty Co. New York. This one isn't too old. I believe this is probably right around World War II, maybe a little bit before that. This is one of my first military buttons. Got a couple more Civil War buttons and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see. Put all the musket balls together so we don't lose them. Let me see if we can find some of those Civil War buttons. I know I told you guys I wasn't going to dig through it. I just kind of pick at random. But, while we're on the subject, metal detecting finds. Alright, that's one of them. Let's see if we can make that out together. Scoville, Waterbury, Connecticut. Let's see. Got quite a few of them. It's just a matter of digging through all our finds and seeing what they are, where they are, rather. If we come across one, we'll come across one. I'm not going to go crazy digging, searching around for them. Take another coin out. That is a Georges. It's a King George. Probably pretty early. Can't make out any of the details on the back. Really, really scorched. A couple little lines here and there. In the front, the bust is facing to the right. You can kinda, sorta see the George. Do some large cents. Let's see. Let's grab a couple of the largies. We'll get that one and this one, and maybe we'll grab this one. Alright, let's see here. All these again came from the same location. It was occupied early 1800s to just about the end of the Civil War. This one's kind of toasty. I believe that it's a 1864 large cent. The back has slightly better details on it. The coins were actually among some of the first things I found, and that just like really, really stoked my fire in metal detecting. I know a lot of you guys watching this that go metal detecting know the feeling when you pull something like that out of the ground and you see it. Got goosebumps just thinking about it. Nothing better. Taking a big copper coin out of the ground. Your metal detector. What else did we pull out? We got this Indian. I believe we already 1902. This actually came from a different site, somewhere we've never been before. We have yet to be back there. We were actually just talking about it the other day. We're gonna have to go back to that spot. Remember the Indian? Alright, and this is gonna be our last metal detecting find from this video. Because the wife is home, for one. And if I can see clearly, the rain is gone. You know what that means, right? We're gonna have to go back outside with our metal detector. See what other cool finds we can make. Not sure what this is. Some sort of strap or something. This again came from the same site. I think it was like a common thing, flowers or something back then. Everything was decorated with flowers. Just about all the finds I have, if they have any sort of decorations on them, it's all the same flowers. So, must have been pretty popular. And I guess that's gonna do it for this video. Check the weather forecast. Stay tuned. We'll come back at it next time it rains. We'll pull some more stuff out. We'll go through it together until we've got everything emptied out and you guys have seen it all. We're gonna keep adding to it though. If you guys like this video, you're enjoying the content in our channel, please make sure you subscribe or give us a like. Share this cool stuff with your friends, anybody interested in metal detecting. And we will see you on the next one. Unhappy everybody.